Good afternoon. This is TTT Live, Talk City 91.1 FM and TTT Live online on Facebook. I'm DK Rosta with your TTT News Update. Sanitation workers are up in arms over poor working conditions and stalled wage negotiations. In their quest for an improvement to their situation, the workers took to protest action on Friday morning on the Brian Lara Promenade after being turned away from a scheduled meeting with officials of the Solid Waste Management Company. According to the president of the Industrial General and the Sanitation Workers Union, Robert Banassia, the employees are concerned about their health and safety and also want an opportunity to properly provide for their families.
Our workers are exposed to all the hazardous waste that is produced by industries, hospital waste, domestic waste, every dead and diseased animal. Thousands of pathogens or diseases come into the dumps. Our workers are directly exposed to that, putting their health and lives at risk every day. And for some strange reason, the government or this company does not seem to value workers.
There is a delay in settling wage negotiations. Mr. Banassia explained that the union represents over 200 employees, most of whom have salaries that barely meet their demands. Arima police are asking for help in the search for missing teenager Christian Williams. The 16-year-old of Alton Trace, Arima, was last seen at 11 a.m. on Thursday. Christian is of African descent, brown complexion, 5 feet 9 inches tall, heavily built, and was last seen wearing a white and red t-shirt, blue short pants, and gray slippers. Arima police are asking anyone with information on the whereabouts of the missing teen to contact them immediately at 667-3569 or call 999. And we're very happy to continue conversation with the Corporate Communications Manager of the Ministry of Community Development, Culture and the Arts, Mrs. Rodell Phillips-Simmons. Now, the last time we spoke, we were just talking about the GIY, the Grow It Yourself Challenge. Now, we want to get an update on that before we dive into some other topics. Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
Good afternoon. I am doing very well. It's a very, very hectic day, but, we take it one stride at a time.
And we're going to be taking it one point at a time. What is the latest on the challenge?
Well, so we're 5 or 6 weeks into the challenge. It's been an exciting time, an overwhelming time over the last couple of weeks. As you know, we would have gotten people planting at around the 8th of June. They would have put their seedlings in the ground, some cases seeds. They have already submitted their first video. I have to say we had just under 300 persons registering, and what was exciting actually was we had persons who abroad who felt they could have registered. But when we sifted through it, we narrowed it down to just about 150 or 60 so videos that were submitted and persons who were in fact eligible to be part of the competition. Moving forward a couple weeks, we had the video submissions, the second video submissions, and that really allowed us to see the maturity of the plans. People are still very much engaged. We haven't decreased the numbers very much past under 150, I will say. And we are in the home stretch now. We are emailing persons as to, what things they need to correct moving forward. We have a lot of anticipation for the People's Choice. And interestingly, we had our meeting with the Ministry of Agriculture today because we're about to embark on some site visits. Because as we promised, we will be doing some random visits, checking in certain gardens across Trinidad. Unfortunately, we may not be able to make it to Tobago because we only have about a week or so to do this. And we would be visiting across the length and breadth of Trinidad with the team from agriculture. Persons would be called to make sure they are home before we do visit, just to check in and see, what you've planted, to verify that what you have in your video is in fact what you have in the garden, in your backyard. To capture some of the engagement that has been going on, the very exciting engagement that has been going on. And then we go to final video submissions for us to announce the big winner next month.
So we're looking forward to that, and you actually answered two questions that I had to ask. One, whether or not you're going to let people in the competition know that you're coming, because people have been taking advantage of opportunities to say, I represent this person, to gain access to people's homes and domiciles. So it's nice that is being addressed. And you also answered the question of whether or not there was a large drop-off or a noticeable drop-off with the fact that measures, stay-at-home measures are being relaxed. Now, I didn't enter the competition, but I'm looking at some corn and seeing them growing as well. But
Yes.
on the topic, on the cards for today, there are two things that are happening. One is the opening of a community center, and two, there are relief grants that are available. I want you to address both of them, please, in any order that you choose.
Okay, so I will get to the Bagatelle Community Center opening. This would be, you know, you could lose track at some point in time, but I think over the last 4 years or so, this would be Community Center number 38. It was scheduled to open Saturday that we had the mini storm, but the Prime Minister made a determination for safety reasons to cancel that day. So we go to Bagatelle to open its community center today. And we look forward to another community center opening tomorrow. We have quite a number of centers that are finished and we are opening and commissioning. So we have Bagatelle today and we actually have Quarry Village tomorrow. So that's an exciting time. As I said, it's very, very hectic in the ministry. And then one of the, topics that's really taking over social media and trending is the Cultural Relief Grant. Minister would have announced the cabinet approval last week, Thursday, after cabinet meeting. And she promised that by Friday, today, we will have the forms available and all the information available on our website. I will tell you, we have been working assiduously long hours to make sure everything is in place. And as promised, we have developed a guideline document. We have developed a frequently asked document, and the forms are available on the website. That is cdca.gov.tt. It provides the information that persons can get on who should apply under the different categories. We encourage persons to call the ministry if you do have any questions, or to email. All the information, again, is available on the website as to the phone numbers and the email addresses. And persons who are not able to download, you can get the forms at all the district offices across Trinidad. And I have to say, persons from Tobago, of course, you all are also eligible to apply. That is artists and creatives across Trinidad and Tobago. So it's an exciting time. Very, very exciting time.
Very much so. And one of the things that some people, they've been called, and I can appreciate it, that some people say that things have been taking long, and this is not just your line ministry, but generally across the board. And part of this is in an effort to ensure accountability, that
Correct.
I's are dotted, T's are crossed. Is
Correct.
there any way that the relief grants are being put against or juxtaposed with the artist registry to see if that also continues in this ministry?
Yes. So one of the elements is that we encourage persons, if you have membership in different organizations, to please submit proof of that membership. The Artist Registry falls under the Ministry of Community Development, Culture and the Arts. It's very easy for us to check against that. But there are a lot of other organizations that don't fall under the ministry. But we encourage persons, as part of your documentation, the more information that you provide to us, the more detailed information that you provide to us, the faster it is for us to check all the boxes and process. When there are some gaps, we will do our best to call. But we cannot call every single person because we anticipate we will have thousands and thousands of applications. So we encourage persons to follow the deadline, the guidelines very clearly, go through all the areas that we have asked you to submit. And this is a way for persons in the industry to understand how important it is to keep records. And we know a lot of them keep, scrapbooks and records of what they have, but we're calling upon you now to submit this so that it will fast track the process, because we do have to make our checks and balances.
All right, so we want to thank you so much, Rodelle Phillips-Simmons, Corporate Communications Manager of the Ministry of Community Development, Culture and the Arts, for spending some time with us.
No problem.
Exciting times, as you said, and we want to thank you for giving us a little heads up on the community center that will be opened tomorrow as well. So thank you for that. And
Thank
we
you.
want to remind you, or viewing and public, that you can join us for live coverage on TTT, Talk City 91.1 FM, Sweet 100.1 FM, Next 99.1 FM, as well as on Facebook at TTT Live Online for all your updates. Thank you for joining us. On behalf of the TTT crew, I'm DK Rosta. Bye for now.